Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Tremon Smith. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Jets. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They'll start on the ground. Hall. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You talk about this Jets defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Pickett sets up play action. On the move to his left. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Smith to return it. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Operating off play action. Flacco. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Flacco. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there. And they're able to come up with the 1st down.
Flacco's throw brought in by Bellinger. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Jets are 12-2 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, win it. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness. Did he put up a number, let's say, 200+?
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Setting up to throw, Flacco. They'll swing this out wide. Here's H.A. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Nice little nifty play for him there. You know, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 1st downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hall again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Pickett. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the 1st half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Skirts by him at the 35. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Jets will take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Into space at the 45. And all the way out to the 46. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jalen Well with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Makes the score Jets 21, Commanders 0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down. Now this taken in by Downs. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Pickett. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
A-Chain on 1st and 10. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Flacco here on 2nd down. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Felix and Udike Uzama in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Flacco. To the sideline and incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And some space here. Down the left sideline. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On second down, a run by H.A. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield, striping into Washington territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 3. Flacco off play action. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's H.A. He gets away from one. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Devon H.A. with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Pickett. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. That's returnable now for Smith. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 41-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two plays.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Devon Achane on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets are able to add on to their first-half lead. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Pickett will look to throw it here. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Pickett now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Pickett looking to throw on second down. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Pickett to throw on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. To the air on first down with Pickett. Touchdown, Washington. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
He'll get that out wide to Waddle.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Commanders 14.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Trying with Pickett here on third down. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Eight yards on the return following a punt of 41. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. Now he's loose again. Breaks through the contact. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 189 yards yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
You see a run like that, and I don't know if that happens in week 1 or 2, but as this year has worn on, he has gotten better and better, this rookie. And so much for the rookie wall. We always hear about guys breaking down near the end of the season. Not in this case. He's only gotten stronger and better.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Keon White got in there for the sack. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Flacco looks to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's Gervon Dexter who got in to drop him. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Breida, they'll go up the middle. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now a give coming right is Breida. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Micah Parsons. Season he continues to have his 15th sack of the campaign. Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10 on second down, a run with Hall. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the...
On it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Jets are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They run again with Breida. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Jair Brown on the stop there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. A run between the tackles with Breida. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This one from 46 yards out.
46 yards out.
And Gano is going to miss this one left. Oh, it's no good for Gano. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Commanders.
Pickett now from the gun here. And check down, complete to Hall. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. They'll give to Hall. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll toss it out right here to Hall. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 78 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Pickett will look to pass it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Pickett will try to throw for this. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And the Jets have got it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that. Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Running left, it's A-Chain. And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Jets, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.